All right, thanks for joining me for the wrap up. Um, this deck is really interesting. It's really it's doing some extremely powerful things, and sometimes like your opponent has a bit of a slow start and you can snowball out of control. But sometimes that's a little awkward. It needs more removal in the sideboard, more like ways to actually get rid of creatures. I could see playing a single Doomblade, but we don't want to get the swamp very often. I can see playing some amount of Lightning Bolt, or maybe like one Lightning Bolt and a Flame Slash or two. I was not impressed by the Spell Stutter sprites at all. They were fine, but they weren't great. And then Exclude was another card it's like absolutely phenomenal when it works, and really clunky when it doesn't. So it's a little situational. We went 2-3 because we had a bunch of misclicks against Burn. But I think, and like I know I didn't play as well as I could have against in some of those matchups. Specifically, like the Delver matchup was super complicated and involved, and I'm sure I missed a number of lines. So the deck will take some getting used to. I never cast Battlefield Scrounger. I never needed it, but I understand why it's in there, and there's not a tremendous opportunity cost because of Brainstorm. The Pulse of Murasa did not feel particularly necessary, but again, maybe that's just because I never needed Battlefield Scrounger. Without Pulse and Scrounger, you can conceivably go down to one forest and be okay, which might be reasonable. I just really think that it depends on like getting to know the deck is a huge part of winning with this deck, I feel like, and I don't feel like one league can really cover it. One of my fellow streamers was streaming with it earlier, so I'm probably going to hit him up, see what he thinks of it, if he has any thoughts, and then if we make some changes to the deck list and like still feel like it's good and competitive and stuff, then I will post a list next week, like included in my article. But otherwise, I think Rewind was a lot better than I expected because of the mystical teachings, mostly. And then I also wanted like a Dispel or two in the sideboard, or maybe a Negate. I don't know, just some more 1-mana counter spells that weren't quite as conditional as Hydroblast and Pyroblast. But I don't know, maybe that's wrong. Just felt like sometimes the deck struggled because of how expensive its cards are. For like how expensive your surface level 1-for-1s are. Like going beyond the surface level, Exclude can be a 2-for-1, Mystical Teachings is a 2-for-1, stuff like that. But they're like 1-for-1s until you get more mana, right? Like the card you draw with Exclude only matters when you have the mana to cast it. And same with Mystical Teachings. Also, flashing back Mystical Teachings requires mana and stuff. So, and like same with Pulse. Pulse is kind of a kind of 1-for-1 because it gains you 6, and then you get to untap and make it a 2-for-1. But again, like a lot of that made the deck a little clunky and prevented it from deploying its cards effectively. So I'm not sure entirely what I want to do about that. A 25th land would have been completely reasonable because of the brainstorms. But I'm not really sure where to go from here. Definitely cutting the spell starter sprites. Well, almost definitely. Capsize was real awkward. We need like some other way to remove artifacts and enchantments that's an instant. Maybe just a single to naturalize. But I will, I'm going to figure it out, going to tinker with it a bit, and if I come up with any significant innovations, I will let you all know next week. Thanks for watching.